I'm actually surprised that this next story continued to blow up the way that it has. Donald Trump is now demanding that a pollster apologize to him and cease and desist because a poll said that he's losing to Joe Biden and he doesn't believe that he's losing to Joe Biden, I guess. So this Monday, this poll was published from CNN. Remember that the CNN polling, first of all, is not the same as CNN, much the same way that Fox News polling is not the same as Fox News broadcast. The CNN SSRS poll said that Joe Biden is ahead of Donald Trump nationally by 14 points. This is a huge margin, 55 to 41. We don't know if this margin will hold. This is just one poll. Trump was furious. So first, Trump started tweeting that the poll is fake. On Tuesday, Donald Trump hired some other pollster to write a letter saying how bad the CNN poll is, including by lying about the CNN poll. So, for example, the pollster that Trump hired said that this was a poll of all adults rather than people who are going to vote. If you look at the methodology of the poll, you see very clearly it is a poll of registered voters. Now, you can make the case that a poll of likely voters would be more accurate, but the poll is a poll of registered voters. This McLaughlin guy falsely claimed it's a poll of all adults. So the debunk letter was riddled with lies. Then Donald Trump started with the legal threats, triggered Trump demanding that the poll be retracted and that CNN apologize to him. Trump says the poll has to be retracted because he feels it's not fair or accurate or well done, and that it seeks to suppress the vote for Donald Trump. Now, let me get to that. Let me get to the suppression a little bit later. The letter that was written to CNN accuses the network of trying to mislead voters through a biased questionnaire and skewed sampling, claiming they released a, quote, phony poll to cause voter suppression. Trump's cease and desist letter, which threatens legal action, is something I am not aware of ever happening in this country. The president of the United States threatening legal action over poll results that he doesn't like or disagrees with is completely outrageous. This is the type of thing you might imagine happens in, North Korea, Venezuela, China, Russia, places like that. You don't imagine that in the U.S., presidents threaten pollsters over scientific polls. Now, it's important for you to know that this poll is not that much of an outlier in terms of Trump versus Biden. So for sure, a 14-point lead for Biden is the biggest that we've seen in any poll so far. But if you look at other recent polls, Joe Biden is ahead of Trump by 10 in a few polls, by 11 in one poll. So 14 is high, but it's not like it's completely crazy where every other poll says it's a tie or Trump is winning and CNN drops a poll that says Biden plus 14. When you look at May and June, Biden's winning every poll, and it's a matter of by how much. The point is, demanding a retraction and an apology is bizarre. It shows, number one, again, Trump's a triggerable snowflake. He is so thin-skinned. Number two, Trump is insecure about what's going on with polling. And let me dig into that a little bit. And this is what I was going to get to earlier. Trump claims that a poll showing Biden is winning will suppress or is trying to suppress Trump voters from turning out. That only would be true if your voters don't really like you that much, because in general, if I find out that the candidate I support is down, if anything, that makes me more likely to go out and vote. In other words, here in Massachusetts, I'm voting no matter what. In Massachusetts, Biden is likely to win. If the polling says Biden is up 30 in Massachusetts, I'm going to vote because I vote no matter what. But I might be less urgently voting than if a poll came out and said Massachusetts in play, Trump only down 2 in Massachusetts. Then I'm voting either way, but I'm even more definitely going to get out and vote, if that makes sense. So Trump's analysis that saying Biden is winning is a way to try to suppress Trump supporters from voting, they must be very unenthusiastic supporters if they would be moved not to vote because their guy is losing. In a lot of parts of the country, with a lot of types of people, if you see your candidate is down or that it's close, you are damn sure going to get out to vote. So that's that. Now, in terms of CNN's response, they said they stand by the poll as expected. That they did the poll. They're a good pollster. That's it. Imagine ESPN being told, hey, you've got to report a different final score, right? Imagine that the Boston Celtics defeat the Washington, what are they called now? The Washington, yeah, I forget what is the name of the Washington? It used to be the Wizards. I'm sorry. Imagine the Celtics defeat the Wizards by 10, and Wizards management calls ESPN and says, could you report a different score, please? Because we just don't really agree that that's the score. How does a Trump voter see this and see Trump as the alpha male that he claims to be? He doesn't like a poll, so he cries and says everyone's being unfair to him and sends a legal threat. It's a cowardly move. Go win an election if you're sure that the poll is fake, and then we'll have all the proof we need, assuming it's a fair election, which Donald Trump is trying to ensure it will not be. To be honest, I feel like the presidency of Trump is far more fake than this CNN poll. But ultimately, we will know in 5 months, 4.5 months at this point, 5 months, 4 months, 3 weeks, whether these polls reflect a rising tide against Donald Trump or whether he's going to be able to pull it off. Make sure you're following The David Pakman Show on Instagram at David Pakman Show. Many exciting things are happening there. If you are anything like me, you probably aren't thrilled with the idea of going into a doctor's office right now. And thankfully, there's a practical and affordable way to take control of your health and get personalized care from the comfort of your home. It's a service called SteadyMD. They're one of our sponsors. You take a quiz, you get matched with a licensed primary care physician who understands your health needs. You have a 1-hour video call with your new doctor. You establish a meaningful relationship with them. And after that, your doctor is available to you anytime by text, phone, or video chat. This is not a random doctor on call. Each doctor at SteadyMD has a limited number of patients, so they actually have time to listen to you. You get the personal attention that you deserve. They can do almost everything an in-person doctor can do: perform medical evaluations, talk to you about health concerns, send prescriptions to your home or local pharmacy, and anything they can't do online, they'll quickly set you up with an in-person provider to do, things like blood tests as an example. You don't need insurance. It's only $99 a month with no other fees or copays. There are so many practical advantages to using SteadyMD for primary care, and it's also so much more affordable. Go to steadymd.com/Pakman to take the free quiz, see which doctor is right for you. I took their quiz. They matched me with a doctor who specializes in my particular health needs and situation. The doctor they gave me is a really perfect fit for me and my medical needs. There's no risk, no commitment to get started. Just click the link right underneath this video.